Here's a topic I love, yet I'm certainly no expert. Being fascinated with after-death experiences, I have done more reading and studying on the subject than most, I'm pretty sure. And as usual, it comes down to what rings true for me at soul level, what resonates with my heart. And one thing I'm pretty clear on now is that the death experience is a little or a lot different for everyone. Why would I think that? First, I've read a lot about near-death experiences, those episodes where people have temporarily died and then come back. These experiences are overwhelmingly positive. Through their work at the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation, radiation oncologist Jeffrey Long and his wife Jody have gathered thousands of accounts of near-death experiences, NDEs, from all over the world. In Dr. Long's book, Evidence of the Afterlife, he found over 75% of near-death experiencers felt intense positive emotions or feelings. But what about the other 25%? We've also talked about William Peters' 20 years of research on shared crossings, when the living, mostly caregivers, co-experience part of the transition process when someone dies. His book is At Heaven's Door, What Shared Journeys to the Afterlife Teach About Dying Well and Living Better. His research also reveals the vast majority of experiencers report no more fear of dying, a feeling of incredible well-being, and a knowing that their loved ones continue on happily. As part of a book study group at Caritas, we read the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying by Sogyal Rinpoche, where a whole different dying experience was presented. The Tibetan Buddhist experience includes time spent in the bardo, the transitional existence between death and rebirth. Depending on your preparedness at death, you might transcend future births or be born again into unfortunate circumstances. While the Tibetan experience does not resonate with me at all, it certainly does for many people. I've been part of a small spiritist group that helps earthbound spirits cross into the spirit world where they can better thrive rather than be totally out of their element while stuck here in the material world without a body. These spirits are generally not at all happy. I also attended a seminar at Caritas with Father Nathan Castle, a Franciscan priest who does this work of helping earthbound spirits cross. He says the Holy Spirit approached him to do this work for those who died suddenly or violently and are directed to him in his dreams for help. His books, Afterlife Interrupted, 1 and 2, Helping Souls Cross Over, are fascinating collections of cases he's worked with. So what really awaits us at death? And why does the experience vary so widely? Deepak Chopra's book, Life After Death, The Burden of Proof, seemed to explain it the best for me. I read it years ago, so I don't remember many details. I just remember it basically came down to what you expect is what you will get. Hence, if your religion explained and you believed the afterlife is a certain way, that is what you will likely experience. If you're a Westerner and if you've lived a good, loving life and you expect a radiant God, saint, Jesus, angels, or loved ones, you can probably expect a joyous crossing. Christian Sundberg, in his book, A Walk in the Physical, explained it from a little different perspective. Basically, we are creators. We create our living reality through our interpretations of the external world. Likewise, when we leave the physical body and return to spirit, our consciousness enters a more responsive, creative reality according to the nature of the individual. That reality is created much more easily based on individual belief, thought, and intent. This apparent external environment will interact with the personality in a way that is best physically translated for that individual. That explains Deepak Chopra's conclusion that we get what we expect. His Holiness the Dalai Lama said in the foreword to the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, "Naturally, most of us would like to die a peaceful death, but it is also clear that we cannot hope to die peacefully if our lives have been full of violence, or if our minds have mostly been agitated by emotions like anger, attachment, or fear. So if we wish to die well, we must learn how to live well. Hoping for a peaceful death, we must cultivate peace in our mind and in our way of life. In other words, we need to shine that divine."